G'day friends, welcome to our lesson 2 or card 2 for November. It's Vicky Wright, Independent Stampin' Up Demonstrator, Australia. So thank you for the queries regarding this class. It's very much appreciated, and I do apologise, but I don't have any kits left. I will have extra kits next month, and which will be available for you to purchase. Also, too, with the inquiries about the tutorials, they will be up later on today or tomorrow. I will send an email out to everyone letting you know. But thanks again. So we're using the Nature's Harvest stamp set along with the Harvest dies. They're both from the annual catalogue, and we're also using the Pretty Prince DSP. That's it there. I don't have any left, otherwise I would show you all the patterns, but that's it there. Okay, so this class we're going to be playing with Rich Razzleberry, Calypso Coral and Macaron inks, along with our sponge daubers. So these are our sponge daubers. I've just put them in a case and I just can't open them now. So that's our sponge daubers. Okie dokie. So that's what we're going to be playing with. Oops. And this is the card we're going to be creating. It's a very easy, simple card, but one that's effective just by using our sponge daubers. Okay, so we'll leave that to the side. Can you see that? Yeah. And this is our kit. What else do I need? Just bear with me. I thought I had everything ready to go, but obviously not. And I need this. Yeah. Okay. So I just went and got our Take a Pick tool, bone folder, mini glue dots. These are left over from our kit collection, so it's a good excuse to use them up, and dimensionals. Okie dokie. So that's what we're going to be using. So let's get with it. So what we're going to do is, I'll just move that to the side a little bit, open up our kit, and hopefully everything will be in there. And we're first up, we are going to, which I haven't done, is dig out our paper trimmer and score our base card at 4 1/8 or 10.5. And then we are going to fold this in half. Now when I fold mine in half, I bring the edges together and then grab my bone folder and then just burnish down that line. And I will do it to this side as well. It just makes sure that you've got your edges nice and straight. Okie dokie. So we're going to bring in a piece of basic white and a piece of DSP and a piece of soft succulent, which is what our base card is. I don't think I mentioned that. So then, this is our card here, okay? So what we're going to do that aside. You can use either side if you wanted to, but I'm just going to use that side. Okay, oops. Okay, so we're just going to put a little bit of, little bit of glue just down one side, and we're just going to stick it to the strip of succulent. Don't worry about if it's too long. I always prefer to cut longer than shorter. That way you know it's going to fit. Then all we're going to do, little bit of glue on the back of our DSP, and we're just going to stick this to our piece of basic white, making sure that it's nice and straight, which is why I sort of like to use my grid paper. Okay, then I'm going to bring in my trimmer. You could use scissors if you wanted to, but I'm just going to use the trimmer. Just cut the excess off. I've just got a little bit here that didn't cut properly. And there's a piece this side that I'm going to trim up to. So once all that's nice and straight and all nice and even, we're then going to grab our base card or our adhesive again, and we're going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back, and we're just going to stick that to our base card so that our edge is nice and even. And that's basically our base card done. Okie dokie. Little bit showing there. That's better. So then what I've done is bought in, I die cut a stitch circle from the Stylish Shape dies. I'll just show you those. You've got all different shapes, so that's those there. Okay, and we're also going to be using this banner here for the sentiment. Okie dokie. So what we're going to do, oh, I haven't even just bear with me, sorry. We need a stamp. This one here. And a block. So we'll bring in our rich Razzleberry ink. And what we're going to do is ink that up. And we're just randomly going to stamp onto the circle. I should have stamped off first, but that's all right. I think I've stamped off on this one, but that's okay. And that's it. Now this one I didn't re-ink. I've left it as it is. close that up so I don't get ink everywhere. And then what we're going to do is pop this up with dimensionals. I'm just going to use 3. Sometimes I'll go overboard and sometimes I just use the bare minimum. And we're just going to put that there like that. Okay. Then I've die cut a shape from the Harvest dies, and it is that one there. Okay, so I've used that to cut this. Die cut that onto basic white, and then what we're going to do is bring in our sponge daubers and our inks, and we'll start off with Calypso Cora first, I think. Let's do our flowers first, eh? I'll just move this out of the way so I don't get ink on it. Now when I use my sponge daubers, I just tap very, very lightly onto the ink pad, and then I will tap excess off, and then I just dab over the area that I want till the depth of colour, until I'm happy with the depth of colour. Okay, it's as easy as that. And because there's some of this area is raised, those areas will appear. The more you daub and the darker you go, those raised areas will appear. So we'll do this one here, and we'll do these 2 here, and this one. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, okay, just as long as you're happy with it. And I might just make that a little bit darker there. Don't worry about it if you go down a little bit. Okay, and that is our Calypso Cora done and dusted. Put that aside. Then we'll bring in our rich Razzleberry and our rich Razzleberry sponge dauber. Now I have a dauber for each colour, but you don't have to. Just as long as you tap off the excess, wash off the excess very gently, or just very gently clean it with not a tissue but a cloth. All you need is the excess off it, okay? So I'll just take that excess off, and we'll bring in our dauber again. Sometimes you may not need to re-ink your dauber, but I always, well, not all the time, but in this case I will. And that's it there. Okay. Then we're going to bring in we're going to start with mint macaron, and then we might build our colour up to another by using another colour, but we'll see how we go. I'm not sure what I did there, but let's play. So same thing, dop, 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 take off your excess. And just continue. I'll just make macarons though. just take your time, don't rush it. And that is it. That's all you need to do. And just continue until you're happy with your colour. Now you could do your stems first and then your flowers. It's up to you. Okay, so that's our flower done. I'll just close that up, put it out of the way, close our case up. And then what we're going to do is adhere this to, what I might do first up, just bear with me. Turn that over so I don't get ink onto our card. Knowing me, I will. So we'll bring in our card, and what we're going to do is, because this is going to pop up over the top a little bit, I'm going to trim this off. I'm going to put a dimensional right on that flower head. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going just randomly, by the looks of it, what I've done is I've randomly added mini dimensionals to a couple of the flower heads. And that means one thing. Because this has popped up, right, and we're popping this up and we're popping these up, I need this one, because these are popped up, I'm going to put a little bit of extra height on this big one. Okay, and what I'm going to do now, pop off that bottom, and hopefully, yeah. Then what we're going to do is just add a little touch of soft glue. Now you could use fine tip glue if you wanted to, or mini glue dots, but I just use my normal glue, and then put that just over the top, just like that. So these are all popped up, and see this head here, it's not sort of down a little bit, it's I haven't taken the things off here, hold on. Oh. There you go. Now I'm just going to let that hang. Now, because we put the double dimensionals on here, it is now just a little bit higher than the circle, which is what we wanted. Okay, and then we've got a little bit of dimension to our flowers by randomly popping some of the heads of the flowers up. Okay, then we're going to bring in our little bow that I've tied with baker's twine, and we're going to stick that onto our stem with a, mini glue dot. Okie dokie. Just take that off. And we'll put it about there. Okay, so that's that done. Then what we're going to do is bring in our die cut banner. And as I said, it's using the same banner, the same dies, stylish shapes as our circle. Now I'm using the Good Luck, so we'll stamp this in rich razzleberry. Now all you need to do is tap, 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 and I'm just going to test it to see if I've got it right and nice and straight. Okay, so just bear with me. It may be out of eye for the moment, just until I stamp it. And when I'm stamping it, I'm actually going to stamp it more to the right than sort of in the middle. Okay, you'll see why in a minute. So that's our banner. Okay, so then all it's going to do is we're just going to pop it under there like that. And I might just trim that little bit off there. That's it. Okay, so we're going to pop this up as well. Oops. 2 and 3. You're not going to see that side, and we're just going to gently slide that. Is that straight? Just gently slide that underneath your circle, and then press down gently on your dimensionals. Okie dokie. So that's done. Then what we're going to do is finish it off with some of the brushed brass butterflies. Is that what they're called? Let's have a look. I always forget the name of these. Yeah, brushed brass butterflies. Don't say that too quick. And then we're going to pop some of these onto our card with our Take a Pick tool. So we'll do one here. One up there. You can only, if you wanted to, you only need to do 3, but I'm going to do 5. So we'll put one there. And we'll do another one. Right there. Okay. And that is our card done. Now, if you wanted to, if you've got clear Wink of Stella, which we might do. This is just about finished. I've got a new one coming, so all you need to do is just add a little bit of wink just around your flowers. I usually have a couple of these, but I must have obviously used them all. not sure whether you can see that, but there, it just adds a little bit of shine to your flowers, and it will also bring out the colour a little bit. And I might just add a little bit to the middle. Okay. And that is our card for today. But of course, we have to have a matchy-matchy inside and a matchy-matchy envelope. So all we're going to do is bring in our rich razzleberry again. And this splotchy image. Ink it up. Randomly stamp that. Ink our envelope, our image again, and just stamp that. So that's our envelope. And add a little bit of glue to the back of our cardstock. And just press down lightly. And that's our inside. What have I done on this one? Oh, I added a little bit of extra DSP, but that's all right. Stamping's just as good. So that's our card for today. So that's the original one, and this is today's card. Okay, so as I said, the tutorial will be available later today or tomorrow to purchase. You will have 6 projects in the tutorial. It's just that this month we're going to do one of the projects each week. Okie dokie. And if you wanted to purchase this, I think it's a bundle actually, all the links are down below, along with the link to purchase the tutorial. Okay, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next week. See ya. Hooray.